10 years ago, global economies went into recession due to the United States mortgage market crisis, which quickly spread across the globe. The crisis, which is the worst economic downturn since the Great Depression, resulted to over 8.7 million job loss at that time. The recession also affected the Nigerian economy when oil prices dropped from its peak at $147 in July 2008 to $50 in November, leading to a drop in revenue and foreign exchange earnings. To prevent a pending crisis and ensure that economies are prepared for the bumpy road ahead, world leaders, finance ministers, the private sector and non-governmental organizations met at the 2018 International Monetary Fund and World Bank Spring Meetings in Washington, D.C. The focus of the 2018 Spring Meetings was the rising global debt, the need to build buffers to prepare for the bumpy road ahead. The IMF Economic Outlook report predicts short-term global growth at 3.9%, highlighting debt level, trade policies, decreased labor participation, aging population as risk to long-term growth.
Global debt is at an all-time high. It stands at $164 trillion, which is 225% of GDP, of which the private sector accounts for 2/3. Public debt in advanced economies is at levels not seen since the Second World War. And in low-income countries, if recent trends continue, many, not all, will face unsustainable debt burden.
This period of robust growth is a great opportunity to invest in human and physical capital, filling infrastructure gaps, improving education and health outcomes, and increasing female labor force participation could continue to drive growth.
The take-home for Nigeria's Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, is the government will strengthen its revenue drive and continue with its growth policies.
Debt service to revenue is relatively high, but the solution to it is to bring up our revenues, and that's what we're doing. VAT is already up this year, CIT is up, customs revenue is up. The number of taxpayers is now 17 million. When we came in, it was 13. It's growing very, very rapidly. So the solution to debt service to revenue is what we're doing, restructuring the debt portfolio to reduce the interest cost and at the same time increasing our revenue.
The Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, also added that the Apex Bank will sustain the stability of the exchange rate, improve financial inclusion, and reduce inflation rates.
We would love as much as possible to have inflation as low as possible. Last month, inflation was put at 13.3%. We are hoping that in 2018 we should achieve very, very low double digit, and if we are lucky, high single digit for 2018. And I think with that, we will be seen to be moving in the right direction. At this time, yes, we are still in the mood of tightening, and indeed, even the IMF reports have reported that that our position to tighten is the right one at this time when we are working very hard to rein in on inflation.
They are optimistic of government's drive to save for the rainy day, reduce rising debt profile and poverty in the country. The challenge for ministers and central bank governors as they return to their various countries is to go back to the drawing board, formulate policies and programs that will absorb the economic shock that will come in future. Nkiru Nwokedi, AIT News, Washington, D.C.